Hello dear one, warm welcome to today's topic, which is archetypes. And the reason why I want to talk about archetypes is that I have not been aware until this year about the fact that these archetypes are really playing out a huge role in our lives. Or actually it is the other way around. We are playing out their role. As I have shared in some of my videos before, I have learned about this method that is called closure, and that is working on a level of soul contracts. And while doing these studies and diving into this topic, I found that we have these soul contracts with these archetypes. And these soul contracts, they are the reason why we are having these repetitions in our lives. For example, when we always are the victim in situations, or we always feel we have to save other people, or we are always the scapegoat in situations. If we have this repetition, it is high likely you have a soul contract with one of these archetypes. And these archetypes that are living in the collective subconscious, they are really like a program. And like a program having this repetition and repetition and repetition. And you are playing this role in your own, you're playing out this role in your own way. It will be your version. But if you step back and look at your life, you will see, okay, I've always been in that position. I've always been the one who did this. I have always been the one who has experienced that. And if you have difficulties with this, you may start to analyze the life of other people and look at them and find out, oh, okay, that's interesting. She's always the victim, or she's always with that kind of guy, or she's always this, or he's always finding himself in such situations. So you can learn to get a feeling for these roles. See it like really a movie, or if you have a book, always these stories. As I'm an author also, really that is something that it helped me a lot. I'm also an astrologer and I'm also an author. And as an astrologer, I'm quite aware of these archetypes playing out in our lives. And as an author, I'm aware that we always have the same plot in different varieties playing out in all of these stories. And that is also taking place in our own life. That is something that became quite plain to me while learning this about this closure process, where we have been working with archetypes, of course, also. And these archetypes that are creating these replays in your life, that's because you have signed up for being a role model for whatever. You have agreed on a soul level to play this out. So that you have agreed to do this doesn't mean you have to stay into this role, because actually after a while this is quite boring. Being always the victim Actually, that's really boring. Being always the martyr, how often do you want to have the feeling to hang on the cross? Really, it's enough. So, after a while, when you think, okay, enough is enough, I think I have learned what I wanted to learn, because I believe that is the reason why we sign up or sign in for these roles. And as I made contact with some of the archetypes, and with one archetype very specific, I found these archetypes, they are searching for a solution. They don't come into your life to simply make you get stuck. They want you to change the script. They want you to step out of the role. That's it. It is like a kind of trauma. A trauma is playing out again and again and again until you find a solution. This is how that stuff is working on a consciousness level. That's the reason for these repetitions. They want a solution. And these archetypes are your role model, and they are really, really happy if you have learned your lessons and you say, okay, I'm fed up and I'm good now. Thank you for this lesson. I will rewrite my script, and I will progress and keep on with a different outcome. Yeah. These archetypes, they are really grateful. They are really like beings, and there are some people out there who have been totally overtaken by an archetype. Might happen, for example, if an actor is always having the same role. This is might be an energetic reason, because everybody sees them in their role and they have been diving deep into the role, and then they become this archetype themselves somehow. And well, what I found out when learning about soul contracts is we are all role playing for each other. Really, we do. And what I also found is that in the end, we have to become real. We have to leave these programs behind. We have to step out of our role, become the authority again in our life, and become the author that is writing the script of their own life. So I dare you to rewrite your script, to step out of your role and make closure with your archetypes if they are no longer useful and helpful on your path. When you really feel stuck, then it might be a good point in life to say, okay, I'm done. So you can do this in any way you choose, but if you need some assistance, I'm of course available for one-on-one sessions. You will find the link below, how to book a session, and would be really a pleasure for me exploring this topic deeper together and to assist you to step out of your role. So take care, have a good time, and see you next time around. Your Natalie.